Florida, the state education department adopted new guiding principles for state education today, unanimously approving the Phoenix Declaration that was written by the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah, Tarek Miner's joining us now with more on the vision for the education system. And as I understand it, some of the critics argue that these principles are veiled in ideology.
And that's what some of the critics say. Its official name is the Phoenix Declaration, an American Vision for Education. And the authors, the Heritage Foundation, also authored the controversial Project 2025. Florida is now the first state in the nation to formally adopt these guidelines, but not before members of the public objected.
I don't know how anyone could disagree with parental choice and responsibility, curriculum transparency, academic excellence.
Florida's Department of Education commissioner calls them principles that everyone across the aisle agrees with. Guiding principles for education, called the Phoenix Declaration, an American Vision for Education. The declaration outlines a vision for education focused on parental choice and responsibility, academic excellence, cultural transmission, character formation, transparency and accountability, and truth and goodness. State education leaders say adopting the declaration reaffirms the state's commitment to education, calling it a unifying foundation. But critics say the declaration is a thinly veiled political agenda to dismantle public education and privatize it and install a conservative ideology.
The fact that the Heritage Foundation wrote it, that it's out of Project 2025, this is indoctrination dressed up in pretty words. The principles sound wonderful. How could anybody not want to go along with those? But be careful what you try to put in here, because it is indoctrination.
The Heritage Foundation is also Project 2025. White Christian nationalist is gumming all over it.
The Phoenix Declaration was signed by more than 50 scholars and policy experts, as well as 10 educational and public interest groups. All of them are conservative. So the Phoenix Declaration was adopted in a unanimous vote. It is not a rule of law. It is not directly enforceable. State leaders say it is instead a set of principles for Florida's education.